Ranching is a very rewarding way of life. We have raised 4 offspring up here since the early 70s, and sometimes times have been hard. Like say you go through drought, you go through low cattle prices. We've managed to stick with it through all the years when a lot of the registered herds up in this part of the country have folded up and gone by the wayside, but we've been able to stick with it, and it's very rewarding to us.
We've been together a lot of years now, and love this part of the country, and love this lifestyle, and can't imagine doing anything else. It's just cattle just get in your blood, and horses, we love them both, and it's just a wonderful way of life.
Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. Today we visit one of the country's historic Hereford cattle ranches, Barber Ranch, located at Channing, Texas. They are an honoree of the Texas Family Land Heritage Award, given for 100 plus years of continuous agricultural production by the same family. Barber Ranch has been family owned and operated since 1904. The Barber name is known prominently throughout the cattle industry for raising elite horned and polled Hereford cattle. Barber Ranch bloodlines can be seen throughout Hereford pedigrees worldwide, and their cattle excel for both seed stock producers and for commercial cattlemen. You're in for a real treat today as we get to know the Barber family, their ranching way of life, and all about the history of their ranch and their cattle operation. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the Barber story.
Join us Wednesday, November the 11th for the Barber Ranch Annual Hereford Bull Sale live from San Saba, Texas. The sale begins at 11 a.m. Central and will feature 100 registered horned and polled Hereford bulls with fresh, industry-leading genetics. A select group of registered Hereford heifers will also be offered. The sale will be broadcast on television and the internet by Superior Productions. You're welcome to call or visit the ranch anytime to receive a sale catalog. Barber Ranch has been family-owned and operated since 1904.
Superior Livestock has taken the guesswork out of bringing select genetics into your cow herd through the Superior Select Replacement Female Auctions. These replacement females are solid and ready to go to work for you. Be sure and register for these upcoming Superior Select Replacement Female Auctions.
It's the new cattle drive for the modern day. Market your livestock the superior way.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Since 1904, Barber Ranch has been owned and operated by just one family. It began as a primarily commercial Hereford ranch and farming operation started by Mary Barber's grandfather, James Benjamin Brown. Although there had been registered Hereford since the beginning, the cow herd transitioned entirely to a registered operation in 1950. Dale Barber also grew up on a commercial Hereford ranch before graduating from vet school at Texas A&M University in 1967. From there, he served as an officer in the Air Force, at which time he met and fell in love with Mary. Dale and Mary got married in the late 60s and moved back to the ranch and took over in the 70s, eventually building one of the most renowned registered Hereford ranches anywhere. Their passion for raising Hereford cattle and their family has continued to grow since then.
This ranch was actually started in 1904. It was just a commercial operation, and then my dad introduced registered cattle in 1950. And Dale and I got married in the late 60s, and then when he was discharged from the Air Force, we came out here in 1970, and in 1973 it became Barber Ranch. My granddad he ran commercial cows but he bought registered bulls. We have some of his old certificates of bulls born in 1916, but he did not keep any papers up on his cows. My dad introduced purebred cows in 1950, and they eventually phased out all the commercials.
Well, I graduated out of vet school down at Texas A&M in '67, and actually we planned on going into practice, and her father was getting in pretty bad health, so we decided to come up here and help out there, and he died, I think, in '73, and that's when we kind of bought the cows and took over. And then we started using Line 1 bulls long about then from Cooper and Holden. And that's kind of where we got started.
For more than 110 years, quality Herefords have been raised at Barber Ranch, which is located in a ranching community in the Texas Panhandle known as Channing. Before we dive into their purebred cattle operation, we want to shine some light on the history of the country where their ranch is located. Channing is a small town in some rough canyon country that is home to some huge cattle ranches. The city itself developed as a direct result of its association with the famous XIT Ranch back in 1888. In fact, the XIT Ranch headquarters was located in Channing, and today that headquarters general office is a historical monument. For those unfamiliar with the XIT Ranch, it was once a 3 million acre continuous ranch in the Texas Panhandle that covered 10 counties. Hence the story that XIT stood for 10 in Texas. The 3 million acres was payment to a Chicago, Illinois-based company to build a new state capitol in Austin.
At one time, Channing was the commercial hub of Texas, back before Amarillo. It's where the railhead was, and it was a booming population. Then I think sometime around 1900 they had a big fire and it burned, and they never did rebuild. By that time Amarillo had kind of come into its own, and that's where the railhead went. But at one point in time, Channing was headquarters for XIT. The headquarters is still in Channing. It's a national monument, just something very special to our area. My mother actually lived in that house to go to high school. When they lived out here on the place, she went to a one-room school up through the 8th grade, and then they moved to town so she'd go to high school. My grandfather, J.B. Brown, who's the one that came out here and initially founded this place, was the originator and builder of the First Baptist Church in Channing. That's still there today. At one point in time, this was all Hereford country, and it's kind of dwindled out over the years.
Herefords no longer outnumber other registered breeds in the Panhandle, but some of the best in the world are still raised right there. More on that when we come back. You're watching The American Rancher.
In Willow Oak, we've been in the cattle business for 33 years. Our business is the development of commercial bulls. Our customers tell us that their calves are heavier at weaning weight, that they calve easier, and that their temperaments are good. We have spent 3 decades getting them right. We are in the business of serving them, making sure they bought those bulls, that they get their cattle bred.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Raising Hereford cattle that offer exceptional phenotype and performance while maintaining strong maternal traits has always been a focus at Barber Ranch. The cow herd was comprised entirely of horned Hereford genetics until the late 1990s. In 1995, the American Hereford Association and the American Polled Hereford Association merged. At that time, the vast majority of breeders did not cross horned and polled genetics. However, Barber Ranch was one of the true pioneers in the industry as they crossed the two and did it with great popularity. Showing Hereford cattle has always been a great tactic for Barber Ranch to market their genetics to a broader audience, and showing has been a tool utilized by many of the top Hereford seed stock producers in North America. The largest cattle show in the U.S. is the Hereford Junior National Expo, held every summer. 1999 was the last year that horned and polled Hereford cattle held separate junior nationals, and this was only 4 years after the associations had merged. At this time, you still didn't see many breeders blend horned and polled genetics. However, in 1999, Dale and Mary's twin sons, Jason and Justin, showed 4 paternal half-sister heifers who were all out of 4 different horned cows and 1 polled bull named Keynote 20X. With the polled Hereford show held in Michigan and the horned Hereford show held a week later in Nebraska, they won Grand Champion owned heifer at both the polled and horned Hereford Junior Nationals, along with Champion horned bred and owned heifer and Reserve Champion polled bred and owned heifer. Those 4 heifers that were all out of a polled bull and horned cows really set the stage for what you see today.
Well, we started out as strictly horned cattle, and I forget what year it was, but it was after our oldest son, Brett, went up to Michigan State. We got to dabbling with the polled cattle and saw that they had quite a bit to add to our horned cattle, and so we went to crossing them, and I think a lot of people are doing that now.
The last year that the 2 junior nationals, there was a separate horn and a separate poll. The year before they merged, we had 2 daughters of Keynote 20X, a horn one, a polled, and we was fortunate enough to win each junior national with those 2 sisters, and they were also very competitive later on in just the open shows, and it just kind of opened up a whole new era in our breeding program.
For the better part of the past 2 decades, Barber Ranch has been dominant in the show ring, winning every national show multiple times. However, their real focus is producing cattle that work for both the seed stock producer and the commercial cattleman. Knowing that Barber Ranch is located in the rugged terrain surrounding Channing, Texas, a big emphasis has been placed on cattle that are efficient and can thrive anywhere in the world.
We run cattle on a very mixed terrain up here. We have some deep canyons, which is a good winter pasture, and then also we have some flat, tight land. On this country, we can run about a cow to 25 acres. In the wintertime, we'll also run cattle on wheat pasture, which is very good. Helps we can rotate off of our grass, come off of it in the wintertime and save some old grass. Hereford cattle are well suited to this country. We have winter times can be pretty severe. We get some years we can get a lot of snow, and it's usually blowing sideways. The Hereford cattle probably withstand this as well as any of them, and we basically run our cattle like commercial cattle. We do all of our work horseback, and so therefore when our bulls go out, they're used to horses, where a lot of times bulls have never seen horses, and they go on these big ranches. It's kind of a shock to them. We have an annual bull sale down in Central Texas at San Saba at Jordan Cattle Auction. We try to sell about 100 head of Hereford bulls. They'll be both horned and polled. Our sale is the second Wednesday in November, which will be the 11th of November this year. You can look at our bull sale catalog, and probably a high percentage of them are embryo transplant calves. People can rest assured that they're getting the best out of our herd whenever they buy these bulls. We really don't sell bulls any other time. They all go through this sale. So some of our customers like to think they're getting the pick of the top end without somebody else coming in and getting them off first.
Jim and Kathleen Hill of H Ranch at Channing, Texas, are very prominent quarter horse breeders in the Texas Panhandle, and they market some of the best ranch horses anywhere. In addition to raising great horses, they also raise some exceptional calves. Their cow herd consists of both registered and commercial Angus cows, and they have been a customer and family friend of Barber Ranch for numerous years.
Well, we got a cow and calf operation. Black cows with put Hereford bulls on. The black baldy cows we use Angus bulls on. For about 15 years we've been using Barber Ranch Hereford bulls. Last 3 years we've had grand champion black baldy heifers go through the sale. They do super, you know, bring a lot of dollars.
I was raised west of here on the Ford Proctor Ranch, and Mary was raised east of town, so we've known each other a long time. We've always enjoyed doing business with Barbers. We've been lifelong friends.
Chris Scarborough of Amarillo, Texas, has been a longtime friend and customer of the Barbers. Chris is also one of the larger landowners and commercial cattle ranchers anywhere.
This is the Alamacitas Ranch, and this is where we breed our Barber bulls, Dale Barber and Mary Barber, and their fine family. And as you can see out in the pasture there's some Barber bulls that we've purchased over the last 15 years plus, and we just think so much of these bulls that we come back as a buyer and looking forward to a sale in the fall. Looking forward to buying 10 or so bulls at that sale. I'll buy 100 bulls over the 2 to 3 year period, and these are some of the best bulls that I can buy. You just won't find as many good Herefords in the country. You can go up north and not find bulls like these. I'd have to say to the producers out there that you can't find a better bull than the Barber's bulls. They just do us a good job, and we're just real excited about the next crop of bulls that we're going to buy.
One thing truly unique about Barber Ranch is that it has been family owned and operated since 1904. The only outside assistance comes from Jeremy Reynolds, who is a very instrumental part of the day-to-day operations of the ranch. When we come back, we're going to meet Dale and Mary's 3 sons, Brett, Jason, and Justin, and 1 daughter, Terry, who were all raised on the ranch. They may not all still live at Channing, but they are all still active in some way or another in the family operation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At 44 Farms, we believe work starts at sunup and doesn't stop until sundown. We believe in order to live off the land, you have to love and respect it. We believe that cattle aren't just raised, they're nurtured. And we believe when you do things right, with honesty and integrity, well, things like quality and consistency happen naturally. 44 Farm Steaks, responsibly raised all-natural beef.
Welcome back to the American Rancher. Justin Barber is one of Dale and Mary's twin sons. He lives on the ranch and helps with all facets from marketing to daily operations. Justin is married to Jenna, and they have twin daughters, Beckett and Henley, who will have the opportunity to grow up in the ranching way of life. Justin really enjoys mating the cattle with fresh genetics and keeping the cow herd ahead of the curve.
Our foundation females right now would be sired by Sooner and out of the dam Gabrielle. Gabrielle was a 2-time Denver champion for us. There's only 2 cows in the breed have ever won Denver as a calf and as a yearling, and she won the Supreme Deal. As a yearling would be our main foundation female, and all of her daughters that stem from her, with an emphasis on Sooner, a more maternal bull that really sires great cattle right now. And with that cross, we're able to go back with a combination of different sires and still produce elite cattle. Our December sale, we really do try to focus on the elite genetics out there. We go around to these shows and visit different ranches to try to find what sires are the best to mate back on our cows. This year, we'll have a multitude of different sires, ones that have been proven in the industry and ones that are up-and-coming sires. But we really try to raise cattle that are out in the forefront of all of this. There's always one in everyone's price range, and these females will go out and really be competitive at the national level, the state level, or wherever you want to do, even if you just want a really nice replacement female or a future donor cow. The sale's in the heart of the Fort Worth stockyards at a time right before Christmas, and it's really dressed up down there, and it's just a great time, a good party, and everybody always loves to come to this. And there's a lot of Hereford fellowship, and we'd really enjoy anybody that wants to come to come.
The oldest of the 4 kids, Brett, recently moved back and built a house on the ranch. While Brett balances teaching agriculture at a nearby high school in Dumas, Texas, He also helps market cattle for the ranch. Brett enjoys teaching, but with the ever-increasing cattle numbers at Barber Ranch and the need for more help in marketing, he will be focusing his efforts on the ranch full-time beginning in the summer of 2016, right after his daughter Riley graduates from high school.
Teaching ag at Dumas, it allows me to work with my kiddos, go to all the stock shows and still help them when they need help, and it allows me, when Riley and I go to stock shows, it's part of my job. It's still fun to help. I help whenever I can. Merchandise are still people that give me a holler and ask questions. The Anastasia heifer that we sold 2 years ago in the December sale, put a group together, and it's been fun to watch that heifer grow and win Denver Junior National Bred and Owned show for Riley and Bryden, and then this past year won Kansas City, Denver, and Fort Worth, and I think she's got a great future and will be a breed icon for the Hereford breed, and hopefully make those customers a lot of money.
Terry is their only daughter and currently is serving on both the Texas and American Hereford Association's boards of directors. Terry is very passionate about the Hereford breed and enjoys visiting other ranches as well as promoting Barber Ranch at industry events. With extensive global marketing experience, she attributes much of her success to growing up with her family on the ranch.
Barber Ranch bulls are known for producing stout, high-performing, heavy constructed, and just really rugged, durable cattle that commercial cattlemen can take calves to market and receive top dollar. Our bulls consistently sire high-performing, growthy, vigorous calves that continue to perform for our customers. Longevity and fertility are two of the probably biggest traits that we select for within our own breeding program. We've found over the years that that's been a continuing trait that both we and our customers like to select for. Not only does more pigment indicate higher fertility, but it also protects animals against extreme sun and snow depending on what environment they end up at. Well, I'd like to say we've got a total performance program that would fit pretty much any buyer's needs. We've got low birth weight bulls. We've got bulls that we've selected for carcass traits. We've also got bulls with good growth and good spread from birth to yearling.
Jason Barber is finishing up his 9th year at Superior Livestock. He is the purebred division manager at Superior, and Jason lives in Fort Worth with his wife Jackie and son Bodie. While his focus is primarily on marketing registered seed stock for other cattle producers of all breeds across the U.S., he also lends guidance in the direction of Barber Ranch's marketing and customer service.
I really believe that my career with Superior has helped me go out and see a lot of different seed stock operations all across the United States. I always really enjoy going out and seeing how other people raise cattle, how they develop them, how they market them, and how they deal with customer relationships. And I believe a lot of these ideas that I've learned from Superior on my travel and just experience dealing with people has really carried over and helped me lend a hand in marketing cattle with Barber Ranch. And another thing I'll say, dealing with people all across the United States and so many different breeders, it's really opened my mind up to how customer relationships should be. One thing that I'll say about Barber Ranch, if you call Barber Ranch or text someone in our family, we're damn sure going to call you back, and we're going to do it pretty promptly. We do believe in customer service. We realize that it is a cattle business, but even more, it's a people business. We treat other people how we want to be treated ourselves. So if you've ever got a question, if you ever want to talk genetics, if you ever want to just come by Barber Ranch and see our operation, the doors are open all the time. Barber Ranch focuses on marketing, and we're always looking for new customers. If someone wants to come look at our cow herd, if they want to purchase cattle from us, they're welcome to call the ranch at any time. My twin brother Justin really helps with the customer relationship, so if anyone wants to become a customer of Barber Ranch or do business with us, you're free to do that at any time. You can call anyone involved with the ranch, and we'll be glad to help you.
Barber Ranch's annual bull sale is Wednesday, November 11th from San Saba, Texas. 100 horned and polled Hereford bulls will be offered, plus 30 registered open and bred heifers. Videos of the sale offering will be available online at both barberranch.com and superiorlivestock.com the first week of November. The sale will be broadcast on Rural TV by Superior. Barber Ranch's annual Cowtown Lights sale is Saturday, December 12th, live from the Superior Livestock Studio in the historic stockyards of Fort Worth, Texas. Videos of the sale offering will be online by the week of the sale. You're welcome to call the ranch or come by at any time. Let Barber Ranch be the source for your next Hereford. We'd like to thank Barber Ranch for an informative show and a close look at their family and cattle operation. To get to know us better, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com. We also invite you to become our friend on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick. For the entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.